Howdy. Welcome back to One Rental at a Time. I am here with John at the Las Vegas Center for the Blind, where we are having the 2026 One Rental at a Time event. John, did you come last year?
I did.
And did you come the first year?
The first year I spent a month in Vietnam, so I wasn't available for the first year.
Were you working there or what were you
No,
doing in
my
Vietnam?
my wife is from Vietnam,
Okay.
so we went there on basically a honeymoon.
Well, congratulations. Or play taps. I don't know how you feel.
Yes,
I might spend some time in Vietnam. I think that might be where it's either Vietnam or the Philippines that I'm going to go to winter next year. So I might have some questions.
absolutely.
Okay.
Anytime.
Well, I appreciate that. Before you met One Rental at a Time. Well, let me start with this. Where do you live and where do you invest?
I live in Reno, Nevada, and I invest in Reno, Nevada.
Okay, so in your own backyard.
Yes, sir.
Before finding One Rental at a Time, or Bigger Pockets, or me, or however you found the community,
Mhm.
what did your investing look like?
Um, I bought a duplex in 2012
Okay.
and I house hacked it because I had previously been divorced twice and lost everything twice. So I wanted to be in a position where I could work at McDonald's and still make the house payment.
Awesome. Um, I got you beat on the divorces, but you started before me. I closed on my first duplex in 2013. So good job.
Yes and no, because I got comfortable and then I didn't do anything until 2.5 years ago.
Okay, so that's what your investing looked like before finding One Rental at a Time.
Yes.
House hack a duplex, sit on your butt.
Yep.
Okay, that's not a bad strategy. Even that, what you would have had a paid off duplex around retirement or close to paid off, had a ton of equity. That is more than most people have.
Yes.
Okay. So bef you found One Rental at a Time, then things change. But what was the fear or hesitation? What made you wait so long?
I would call it complacency. It
Okay.
wasn't fear. It wasn't anything other than the fact that I got comfortable with the fact that I didn't need to make more money because in I'm patting myself on the back because I could literally work at McDonald's and make my bills. So I thought I was killing it. I also made the other mistake, similar like you did, of not raising the rent for over a decade because my tenant was the first tenant I ever had in there. She had her mother die there. Her boyfriend was terrible and, caused problems. She ended up taking care of grandchildren, and one of the boys didn't have a dad or anything like that. So I really liked the kid. He ended up getting cancer in his hip. How could I possibly raise the rent on a single woman that's taking care of three boys?
What would a property manager working for a landlord have done?
Raise the rent. Probably.
Or maybe the binder strategy, so that the person is involved in the conversation who knows their own budget. And
Absolutely.
then you can let some emotions play in,
Yes.
which is what you did. You chose the emotional route.
Yes.
It's not bad. You get to sleep at night feeling like you weren't kicking somebody out.
Uh, I was also giving her $1,000 a month
Yeah.
towards the end.
$12,000 a year that
Yeah.
you were just handing over to
Uh,
subsidize somebody else's life choices and life happenings. That's why we have welfare, food stamps, state medical. Like it doesn't have to be Bank of John.
well, the funny thing about that is, even though I was giving her $1,000 a month in rent because I didn't raise it, and I gave her 4 months of lead time telling her I need to raise the rent. You need to change something in your life, a better job, a roommate, anything will do, but you need to find a way to do something else. She badmouthed me to the entire neighborhood on the way out.
Of course,
Yes.
if we try to raise the rent, we're the bad guys.
Hmm.
If we use the binder strategy, now that you know it exists, they either leave but know what the options are. You've educated them on what rents are, what you could be making if they leave,
Yes.
or they stay with an increase. And so either one of those, you're not the bad guy.
I find it very useful today because I am using it.
There you go. If you never found One Rental at a Time, how did you find One Rental at a Time?
I actually started with Bigger Pockets.
Okay.
Got the pro account with them. So because I started doing the analysis stuff they have on there, I really like the tools that they had. And but it only let me do so many. So I had to do the pro account so that I could start learning what a good deal looked like in Reno.
So they gave you a little heroin to make you come back for more, right? Okay,
Exactly.
smart tactic. Okay. So you found bigger pockets and then
That just morphed into more watching YouTube videos. And today I have a premium account because I am nonstop
me too.
doing multitasking while I'm working. I got stuff going on in my ears. I don't care if I'm riding to work and I'm asleep taking a nap, I have YouTube going, whether it's one rental at a time, yours, Millennial Mike's, Lumberjack Landlord, or a dozen other
Yep.
people that I have going, but somebody is going there.
Mine is the same way. I recommend shocks for your earphones because they don't go inside your ear. Easier to sleep, less issues, more comfortable. They're called shocks.
I do an over the ear
That's what they are, is over the ear. Nice.
and they're big, but they last forever on one charge.
Yep.
So it really helps. I was looking into doing the bone conduction ones. I don't know how well those work or not.
The sound on those is pretty good. I had one, I don't remember, it was a while though, so the tech's probably better. But what I did, and this is what you might do too, and whatever brand you like. I like Shocks, they're on Amazon. You might like a different brand, but I have two. I have the I'm going to sleep ones, and I have the daytime ones. So I
Gotcha.
always have a charge.
Nice.
Okay, back to real estate. But I also recommend the YouTube Premium because anytime you watch a commercial, you are actually risking your future financial self. How would your life look like if you didn't find bigger pockets or one rental at a time?
I probably would have paid off my property because I bought the duplex for roughly $96,000, but I used an FHA 203K loan, so that took another 25,000 into the renovation that was part of the loan. So at the time, that was the only choices you had for things like that, because at 2008, we had the big meltdown, and by 2012, everything was bank owned and being a huge pain trying to find lending. So when people think that that's a great number, it wasn't easy because you couldn't get any lending. They had so many properties that were bank owned that it was ridiculous trying to find a bank that would actually lend to you. So you had to jump through a ton of hoops, not to mention all of the 203K side trying to get the construction folks to actually get paid properly through that.
We have more patience than me, but you also got rewarded for it. If
Yes.
you're willing to do the work, put in the effort, put up with the irritation, permits, delays, contractor, them getting paid, uh, it ends up being a good deal in the end. So 203K loan, it's great. It's actually how Meet Kevin got his start in real estate. So you did find bigger pockets, one rental at a time, the whole community here. What is your life going to look like in 5 years now?
I imagine 5 years I will be retired from my government job. I work for an army base,
Okay.
and at 62, I will be able to have the pension paid through them, and that's barely going to be enough to pay for the health care, but the health care will be paid for the rest of my life through that for both me and my wife. So I will
Nice.
have, instead of a rental paying for that, I will have the government paying for that through an annuity. I
Okay.
will also be able to get my social security at that time, which there's lots of arguments about, whether you should take it at 62 or later. I'm of the mind that at 62, it almost breaks even when I'm supposed to die
Yep.
at roughly 75.
Yeah,
So
76. It's
I'm
11.6 years,
just like,
11 years, 6 months.
no, I'm going to take it as early as possible, get done with all of that. And in the meantime, I plan on buying at least one or two more rentals, in addition to the one that I purchased 2.5 years ago.
Okay. So you got the one from 2012, the one from 2.5 years ago. You're gonna pick up one or two more, so that's four
Yes.
to help with your retirement. You have your pension, uh, Social Security.
Yes.
All that makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of people that are the same age that are gonna hit 62 and have Social Security, and that's it.
I will also, I don't know how long my parents will last, but they have five paid off properties. And I will inherit at least one or two of those
So the
in
hope is
addition
that
to my.
happens when you're 90.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm not wishing them whatsoever. My dad's not really doing too good. He's probably not gonna last a lot longer, but my mother's in good health, so hopefully she will be around for many, many more years.
So this is kind of a sidebar thing. Have you ever seen the cartoon The Lion King? Came out in the 90s.
My son made me watch that a million
Okay,
times.
so I've got kids, same thing.
Yes.
There was a part where the kid was growing up and he was singing, I just can't wait to be king.
Yes.
Meaning I can't wait for dad to die.
Right.
Yeah, no thanks. Most people don't look at it that way. So if you, and this is the last question, if you were sitting in a room with Michael Zuber, the creator of One Rental at a Time,
Yes.
the whole community here that exists because of him, and nobody could hear you, so it was just the two of you. And he
Yes.
said, hey, can you give me some feedback on One Rental at a Time? The podcasts, the books, the meetings every February here in Las Vegas. What would you say?
I don't need to be in a room just between us because
Okay.
I've told him to his face.
Okay.
He is life changing. I would
I
not
agree.
be in the position I'm in right now without this community. Last year was my first year down here. I actually had like my brother-in-law come down and he pissed me off so bad that I was ready to just tell him go home. And that's the mood I came in walking through this door. And as soon as I broke that threshold, it just melted away because
Nice.
I was with my people. I was having a great time. Matter of fact, I just texted my wife about an hour ago saying that my voice is getting sore because I
Talking.
talking too much, but I'm just enjoying so much of this community. And, even if some of the strategies are not for me, I still love learning about them and seeing different things and, you know, exploring that option to see if that is something I wouldn't mind doing. Now, I understand that, we like to stay with a strategy so that you become expert at it,
Right.
but there's nothing wrong with looking at new things as well to see if you want to grow.
You can always take parts of other strategies to improve your own.
Absolutely.
And
Which I've done from you.
nice. And it's really nice to be at an event where you can talk to people and you don't need an interpreter. You can use words that are in your head and everybody knows what you're talking about.
Well, at work, it's very frustrating because people look at you like you're crazy for doing extra work,
Right.
for
I
not
mean,
playing on the weekends like they all do.
and government work, usually, not all employees, is to see how long you can get paid by doing the minimal amount that it takes to not get fired.
Absolutely.
So
That's
that's a
very
mentality,
frustrating working with people like that.
which you won't have to do forever,
No,
just for now.
5 years, I should be sitting in a position where I don't really have to worry about whether there's enough money to make the mortgages or pay for food or take my wife to Vietnam for a month
Right.
because that's her home.
Nice.
So
Beautiful. Love it. If somebody wants to reach out with questions, how can they get a hold of you?
I have a YouTube channel. It's Deconstructing Dreams, spelled with a Z. However, I kind of suck at YouTube because I'm not very consistent at it.
Okay.
But you could certainly get a hold of me there and I do monitor it, so I would be happy to message back.
And we do see you in the comments often, in the
Absolutely.
comment section on our channels.
Not to mention, I'm also in school.
Okay.
I've done very well with school. Zuber actually gave me a belt this year for that.
Nice.
Completely shocked. I don't know why he would do that, but
Well, he's got to
I,
say thanks.
I am very, very grateful that he did because it is the highlight of the trip by far.
Awesome. Nice. Other than this interview, of
Of
course.
course, of
No.
course.
Thank you so much, John. I hope everybody has a day full of amazing.